do this. Okay, hi guys. This is open mic. Please, by all means, you can come and let's hang out. One second. Means you can come and let's hang out. One second. Means you can come and let's hang out. One second. Means you can come and let's hang out. One second. Means you can come and let's hang out. So there is something happening in my life. What is that? Okay. Oh, I had that YouTube on. Okay. Thank you, Rocky ji, sir. Welcome. Really appreciate that. RNS and all. Thoda, yaar, aaj thoda, it's going to be a little serious. It's going to be a little, thoda, let's just dive deep into what we are all truly feeling. No, I'm just kidding. Let's just talk. Judy ma'am, welcome Judy, welcome Vasudha ji, Hari Om Monday. I'm good, honestly missed RNS last session. Okay, Judy. I know, yeah. Sorry about the notifications. I think people are not getting notifications and I don't know what to do, honestly. Okay, minimal. Why is the background like a galaxy? I guess I know it's Sushant's session, but okay, if it's a public host kahan hai bhai? I know. Sorry. Please join. Dharma ma'am, welcome. There is a little bit of stars and galaxy in the background. I don't know what to do to change it, but I hope it's not too distracting. Voice is buffering. Okay, मेरे को भी life में ऐसा लगा था, but I don't know. I hope it's okay now. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so I just wanted to touch base upon a few things here. Thoda, just for my own self, momentum, the way the momentum of the movement is going on, and like how I am keeping myself motivated to stick around and like try to do my part. As they say, we all can't change the world, but we can all do our best, right? So we can't like change each other's mind, but at least we can do our best. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So here, yahan pe I was just putting up a quote that had inspired me, that continues to inspire me every single day. So yahan pe your mind, so even this is psychologically proven, this is a brain fact that whatever you tell yourself, even in a very terrible situation, जहाँ पे भी आपको problem है, a situation that feels insurmountable at the right at the onset, तुम देखो and it's a big problem in front of you, financial, health, no matter what it is, if you see from a different lens, right, like objectively jaake just detach from yourself and look at it from an objective perspective, and you will be able to try to find out some solution. So the attitude is have a problem solving attitude. That's the whole goal here. Okay, I see Preeti here. Welcome Preeti, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? आज का टॉपिक मेरे लिए बिल्कुल नहीं है.
हाँ बिल्कुल नहीं है.
मेरे इतना पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट नहीं है. I'm always a destructive side.
See, Nipunji, welcome, sir. Nahi, yaar, see, we all are, and that is what our inherent negativity bias is. So even from caveman times, right? Humko negativity, we had to be negative because we had to be watching out for things that can come and attack us, right? Out there in the savannah when we are hunting for food and all that. So negativity bias is the first thing. Matlab, if suddenly you call me, like, "Arey yaar, ye kyun call kar rahi hai abhi?" Right? Like, so that's the first thing we can think of. Like, हम लोग नहीं सोचेंगे, अरे वाह, प्रीति is calling, ये नहीं. First thing is like, अबे यार, ये क्यों call कर रही है, right? So,
चक्का कीड़ा.
so yeah. Okay, Nipunji is here. Hello, sir. Welcome. Dharmaji, welcome. Okay, so here.
Hello, Rachana. How are you?
I'm great, Nipun. How are you? I think there's a little bit of lag. Yeah.
I joined
Okay.
because I have seen lot of ups and downs in my life. So I think this stream is for me right now.
There you go. Thank you for joining. Yeah, yeah, ups and downs. So, I keep thinking whenever there are ups and downs, I think, okay, congratulations, you're alive, right? Like, otherwise, we would all have been dead. There'll be no ups and downs, nothing, no challenges. Ho gaya, bas. Life is good. So, when we are dead. So, it's okay. But
For me, the
we'll
good part is that whatever the ups and downs is, you fought back and you are still ahead.
celebration of being alive. Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
because you learn a lot. It's
Yeah,
a low or a high. You learn in both the place,
yeah,
and that
exactly.
experience matters. And fighting that situation and the time matters a lot.
Exactly, exactly. And in the moment, we might not feel like we have the whole courage in ourselves, but I'll tell you, one of the main things right now why children are struggling in schools and colleges is because the resilience factor jo hai na ki rising like a phoenix, like just when you are brought down, how do you just get back up and get moving? I think that is the problem that children are facing these days, and that's
These days, because of the nuclear families, kids doesn't know how to share, how to adjust. That's a very big problem with them, because that impacts their mind. That everything is mine, and
yeah.
whenever I say something, I will get it. They don't have patience where we used to wait for festival season or a birthday to get something, or you have a good result and you will get something. But nowadays, you go anytime mall and you get it, or you just online shopping.
Instant, huh,
They
huh.
don't have any any goal to achieve. For
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
everything is available anytime. So that is the major issue with them.
So yesterday I went to a workshop and they were talking about the same thing. So for people, children with homes, जहाँ पे इनके चार चार पांच पांच गाड़ियां हैं, they are the ones that are struggling the most.
Yeah.
Because वो street smartness का मतलब there is no need for that jugaad, right? Like that what we Indians
Yeah,
especially are known
they
for,
get
like
available everything they want.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, what is the meaning of life? Early on, depression आ जा रहा है. There's no meaning in life. Like, what is there to achieve? मतलब कुछ है ही नहीं strive करने के
Failure
लिए.
से उठना नहीं जानते हैं, because for
Yeah,
them everything is available anytime, so they
yeah,
don't know if anybody is saying no in the house, what to do, because
yeah.
for them that's a failure.
One of the things that we are struggling here is like I coach kids, and one of the things that keeps coming up is like, hey, my boyfriend or my girlfriend is ghosting me. They are not talking to me. They have just fallen off the face of her. I'm like, yeah. I keep thinking, yeah. Let's think third world, okay? Problems where existential, like survival problems hai na, jahan pe they don't even have that experience. So the baseline itself is skewed, unfortunately. uh, Rocky ji, welcome sir, how are you? Ne-
Yes, ma'am. Hello there. Sorry, I had to attract your attention by cheap means
nahi
putting
nahi
some
nahi
comment in the chat.
nahi 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 nahi,
Okay,
yeah,
no,
sorry
no,
sorry sorry,
I'm
yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Huh.
Okay, so hello all. Hello, Preeti di.
Everyone.
Uh, लास्ट टाइम मैंने स्ट्रीम देखा और आई थिंक आप स्कोल्ड कर रही थी मेरे को, तो टुडे आई एम ऑन टाइम होपफुली. हेलो निपुण. Hello Nipun ji. I think you are on the stream first time. So
No, no,
welcome.
he is a regular. Yeah, yeah, he is a regular. Once in a while, I think life gets busy for all of us. So,
Okay, so that
yeah,
once didn't come in the days, all the days I've joined. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry about that. So yeah, ma'am, brilliant topic. I'm super excited to talk about it. I
yeah.
think लोग जो है वो बात कर ही रहे थे इस बारे में. I think we were talking about this aspect as well. So I think since you mentioned about that, so first of all, for me, you
Yeah.
talking to kids and the kids are busy with their love affair is not on track, it seems.
Yeah,
So for me, a surprise element here is the young kids. I think most of them are teenagers, below in teens probably or below that also. They are having girlfriend, boyfriend. So a friend is fine. A friend who is a girl is fine. If you're calling her as a girlfriend, then okay, so we'll change the dictionary meaning for you. But
exactly. I mean,
Um, I think, ma'am, being an adult is, I mean, such a horrible thing has, I mean, happened to me in my life,
yeah,
I believe. Life was very sorted when I was young, when I had no affair, nobody to screw my space. And suddenly I have so much of tension on my head. I have to handle this one, I have to handle that one. And all that is coming under the umbrella of, this is your duty that you have to do. So, and now with family, there's no time for
yeah,
your personal space. Personal leisure time is almost gone now. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, out of that, I'm squeezing somewhat time for thinking, to rejuvenate, to go into meditation. So all these things are there. My opening remark, ma'am, would be,
yeah,
please advise kids to, these things are going to get hold of you, and then they're never going to leave you. So
yeah,
you'll enjoy the phase you are in currently.
yeah.
You worry about your exams, you worry about your upcoming maybe debate competition, maybe sports competition, maybe you want to score more marks, maybe you want to learn new skill, maybe you want to learn a new language. So
So yeah,
Uh,
I'm just yeah, yeah. Pretty, go ahead,
Go
go ahead.
ahead, Rachana, go ahead.
नहीं नहीं, I just wanted to say कि I was stuck there where you said Rocky कि थोड़ा self के लिए time नहीं है and all that. So two comments on that quickly. मतलब we can elaborate on that a little bit more later. So I learned very late in my life कि one of my psychologist friends told me once कि यार time management में एक है कि um, if you're late for something, if you are, even right now, right, I was feeding my dog, I was feeding my husband, I was like quickly running, and I got late here 3 minutes to start the live. So the thing with time management is ki, if you don't have time for anything, she told me, that is obviously not your first priority. That's what she said, and that struck a chord with me ki we usually try to put everybody in front of us before we address our needs, and that goes into my second point ki if you do that, uh, if you don't have your own cup that is full, right, so how will you give, like how will you pour into other people's, and how will you help them out? So basically those two lessons are really important to me. I make sure that I have done my meditation, I've taken care of my personal needs before I reach out. And so if I don't have time for that, I get up 1 hour earlier than everybody else. Basically that's how I have, I mean, I'm not completely great with, I still feel like I'm gasping for air, but I strongly seriously suggest to keep, please, finding time for yourself, for your own fulfillment, is outweighs anything else that you'll be doing, even for us, like as a greater humanity, and for your family, right? So please, yeah,
no, I was addressing the part where the kids are struggling with their love affair. So
yeah,
I think I was making a point. These things will catch up with you later, and there'll be no escape afterwards.
uh-huh.
I wish life is always about what if I wish I had this, I wish I had that.
Yeah,
So I was thinking, how about having a life where you have an intellect of a 35-year-old and
yeah.
a time and energy of 15-year-old. So it's all it's all wish. Actually, it doesn't happen like that. So there's no repentance or remorse of any sort. Also, ma'am, I enjoy working for others, as in our tradition it's called seva,
Yeah.
and I take out time for that explicitly. So I have made up. I have taken out time. I've
Hey,
left
for
out my.
yourself,
Hmm.
not seva. This is only still talking about you, taking time for yourself.
Correct,
I think
correct,
you're
correct.
meditating. That is your personal time, obviously, that
Yes.
you're doing for yourself. But yeah, but yeah, Preeti had something else as well.
I was just saying the same thing. I mean, for me also, I mean, something to balance everything in life, and giving time, personal time to each other is very important. Not I'm
Yeah,
talking about together, like
yeah,
your personal space.
yeah,
Because men's are very different than male and female is different. I mean,
yeah,
for them entertainment definition is different. So for
yeah,
me also, the when my I'm talking about my home, I that is my first rule in the house. From it's been more than, of course, more than 20 plus years for my marriage, but it's
Yeah.
a rule for me also. I learned a very initial period that, when you have so much arguments and frustration on each other, it's better to have some time where they
Space.
can have their own space. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I started believing in, and I saw a big difference in my
Yeah.
home as well. My husband is a soccer player. He loves playing with his
Yeah.
friends, so they play in weekends. But
Yeah.
to balance this out, we have a rule that, when
Yeah.
you are playing for 6, 7, 8 hours, and
Yeah.
enjoying your time, you have to balance somewhere in the family. So
Yeah.
we always have a dinner in the night for one day in the weekend, so that
Yeah.
we balance both the time. But yes,
Yeah.
he likes something to do with his friends where he can be himself, and
Yeah.
whatever he can say like a college student. And
Yeah.
you can see the energy level he had when he come back. He's so happy.
Yeah.
He is
Exactly.
he's like, there is nobody who can tell him, filter this, filter that, don't do this,
Huh.
don't say that. He's like, I am like a jungly college boy.
That's
And now
awesome, dude.
difference, where he can vent out Monday to Friday frustration there, and he just
Yeah.
comes back happy. And
That's
same thing
awesome,
with
man.
my kids. Yeah, they all are in sports. That is one
Yeah.
thing. We have a rule in the house that everybody has to be in sports.
Yeah.
So they play their own friends' sports. I do my own enjoyment of what I like to do.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference when you give a little personal time to
Yeah.
everybody, and where they can vent out their things the way they
Yeah.
like it, and then just come back to the family.
Even with this, right? Like, I really appreciate that we are 13 of us here. We could be doing anything with our time, but exchanging ideas like this, when you said giving each other personal space, and again gathering with equal
Everybody
vigor.
have their own way of taking out things.
Yeah.
तो वो
Yeah.
आप किसी पे प्रेशर नहीं कर सकते कि ये मेरा
Yeah.
वे है, ऐसा करेंगे साथ में. वो
Yeah.
साथ
Exactly.
साथ जब हम लोग ज्यादा लाते हैं ना कि मेरे
Yeah.
साथ ही मेडिटेशन करो, मेरे साथ ही घूमने
Yeah.
चलो, मेरे साथ, वो ना थोड़े टाइम बाद वो चिड़ के भागना चालू करता है इंसान आपसे.
Right. Right. Right.
You have to just give a little where
I agree.
the way they are. You
Yeah.
have to accept it when you have to live together. So that's what I've seen in my time when
That's
I had
awesome.
a lot of
Yeah.
ups and
I
downs.
have some internet issue. The voice is not coming to me, and neither of.
आपकी आवाज बहुत
Can I
Yeah.
go back and join you again in 5 or 10
Yeah.
minutes?
Yes. 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 Please.
यार आवाज तो क्लियर है.
नहीं, it was breaking up a little bit.
Preeti, I'm not
and
able to.
आपकी आवाज थोड़ी कट रही है निपुण जी. I think you
Yeah.
can do it again.
नहीं मैम, दीदी की आवाज क्लियर, प्रीति दी
I
की
think
आवाज क्लियर
something
है
with
बिल्कुल.
my internet then.
no, I think yeah, okay, yeah, Nipunji ka, right, Rocky. Actually, he was saying कि उनको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था. So I think it's
पर आज
No,
इस
right.
वक्त जिस तरह की सिचुएशन है,
Yeah.
फील कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह से फेस कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
आई बच्चों को बहुत जरूरी है जल्दी से जल्दी टाइम रहते, मतलब वेन एवर दे आर इन मिडिल स्कूल, लाइक
yeah.
6th grader 7th grader, हमें उनको कहीं ना कहीं स्पोर्ट्स या इंस्ट्रूमेंट प्ले या डांस इनमें डालना, कोई ना कोई एक्टिविटी में डालना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज दैट इज हाउ दे लर्न, दैट इज हाउ दे
Yeah.
डाइवर्ट देयर माइंड, एंड दे शुड नो okay, this is the way I should vent out, not going and in a insta reel or playing in a clubs or going with friends
I
movies.
agree.
I think you should start feeding them कि इस तरह भी वेंट आउट होता है.
बहुत ज्यादा एक्सट्रिंसिकली मोटिवेटेड हो गए हैं यार हम लोग. somebody will like me something. So yesterday one of my students was like, in the night he was like, oh, I published a Roblox game. Roblox is this video game, right? Like I actually kind of like it more than any other video game, because you can, there's absolutely huge chance for creativity. I mean, much more than what Minecraft and all these other video games offer. And he was saying, ma'am, I got 1,000 likes on my 1,000 downloads on my game, and there were so many comments and everything. And I was like, don't. I was just thinking in my head, and then I tried to put it in a way that he understands. When he was generating that game, when nobody was watching, right, in the world, how did he feel? That can never be replaced by the 1,000 downloads or the 100 likes that he got at the end, right? So telling
Brilliant,
her,
ma'am.
yeah,
So
so
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, ma'am, and I have a quick point to make.
Yeah.
Good thing you did. I mean, you explained to him very nicely where he was motivated, and at the same time he was not swayed away with the likes only. You know,
Yeah.
his focus next time should be creating a better game,
Yeah.
and not like how much download. So, like, say next time he created a game that would was had more advanced features than the one he created before, and that
Yeah.
got only 500 downloads.
Yeah.
So does it mean he created a bad thing? No, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you
Exactly.
motivated him the right way, and I think the Preeti ji just mentioned about the things कि जो हम लोगों ने बात की थी ना last session में भी
Yeah.
कि स्पोर्ट्स में पुश करो और ये वो तो एक मैम और भी ऐसे ऑप्शंस है ना जैसे कि आई थिंक इन यूएस और पीपल हु हैव लाइक गुड हाउस वहाँ
Yeah.
पे इन मेक किड्स वर्क इन द गार्डन मे बी इफ योर बैकयार्ड वेयर यू
Yeah.
कैन टर्न इट इनटू अ गार्डन so ask them to come and then do certain things as they would, and if not then you can instruct them. और मैम लास्ट टाइम से मेरा एक पॉइंट आई वुड
Yeah.
स्लाइटली डेविएट बट आई थिंक आई कुडंट एक्सप्लेन इन द फ्लो ऑफ इवेंट्स की I talked about pushing some like students to sports and all. That's fine. We should motivate. But
Yeah.
say a student or like for example Judy
Yeah.
ma'am's son, he's super motivated for his acting skills, or
Yeah.
he wants to go in the performing arts. So if you have such kind of highly motivated kids, so
Yeah.
forcing them or molding their way in a way will have the counter that will be counterproductive, I believe.
Yeah.
So you pushing something or you saying something in a way that looks like a pushing to them is only when they are clueless. Like a lot of friends 10 years back, a lot of friends told me once they were out of college कि यार मेरे को इंटरेस्ट क्या है, मतलब आई यूज्ड टू शेयर कि यार आई थिंक दीज आर माय एरियाज ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, ऐसे ही बैठे
Uh-huh.
बैठे they were saying like यार मेरा क्या इंटरेस्ट है मेरे को पता ही नहीं है. So I told
Hmm.
like, so you want somebody to tell you your interest, or you are going to look out for yourself. So
Yeah.
imagine he would have explored it right in his school or college days.
Yeah.
That would have created wonders. And also, ma'am, I'll just quick point, just
Lack
one
of
more.
awareness. Yeah, sure, sure. Lack of awareness and like lack of exposure. Yeah, I'm telling you, it took me years and decades for me to realize ki thoda I have a good writing potential or whatever that can help connect with the readers who are reading it or anything, because I go back to my journal. I am an obsessive compulsive journal note taker. So I read all my journals and then I'm like, are yaar, people were telling me like when I was 16, 17, 20, 25, 30, 35 that I'm a good writer. Never paid attention to that, right? So even if things
Hmm.
are in front of you, it's very difficult for us to figure out our purpose sometimes. मतलब अभी भी so many people say कि so we are working on a 72-year-old gentleman's blueprint for life, and he's like, यार मेरे को last 10 years या 15 years whatever is left, I want to be able to guide myself in a way that I maximize my impact and positive impact in this world. uh, and it is so heartwarming to see कि at that age also he's like ready to reinvent and quickly like do something that makes him happy. So
Hmm.
things, yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
Rocky ji, what I was saying is I was not telling anybody to push it for
नहीं
sports.
नहीं आपको नहीं.
नहीं नहीं
नहीं
मैं
नहीं
बता रही हूँ कि because for
नहीं.
me
Okay.
the thing is more something to where they can learn anything. I mean, sports teaches you leadership quality, how to play with team, how to adjust, how to listen to others. So there are so many things you learn in any sports. I mean,
नहीं
talk
नहीं,
about
agree दिया. I think I mentioned
very
about it.
for kids, because nowadays
Yeah.
kids are very impatient nowadays. I mean, they get angry so quick.
Yeah. Sharing and caring तो यार नहीं है. And
वर्ड रह गया है, सेंटेंस
yeah.
है, मीनिंग कुछ नहीं है.
Yeah. And I think that is because of the instant zamana, na? Instant download, instant everything, instant food, instant everything. So
Hmm.
there's no value in
Lack of
delayed
perseverance also. Yeah.
delayed gratification. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yes,
just
yes. And I think what I was mentioning, I'll not take more than 1 minute on this,
That's fine.
Rachana
That's
ma'am.
fine.
So
Yeah, this is the only agenda because I feel like I'm always rushing, and I'm like quickly content. I'm like, okay, आज तो मतलब कुछ you have to have these kind of sessions. Otherwise, we are not really diving deep anywhere. I go back and listen to, yeah, I go back and listen, and I'm like, yeah, you guys have some amazing points, and I wish I stopped there and like delved deeper into that. मतलब कभी जिंदगी में always feeling like, there's no time. Let's finish check mark and all that. Yeah, like,
yeah, and
yeah,
likewise, am I like in subtle way you like have said something, I've noted it down and I've started working on it also. So
yeah,
human psychology is my interest these days, and I'm
yeah,
working on it. So probably we'll talk about it sometime as well. So what I was mentioning कि
yeah,
PPP वो last time आप ना last session में आप चले गए थे जल्दी. So we were talking about this thing कि sports की तरफ push करना चाहिए. So I was mentioning about my point कि there's one size doesn't fit all. And Rachna ma'am, I'll share a quick story about
yeah,
Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa. And
yeah,
what he did, like I kind of revere him a lot. I have very
yeah.
I in my sadhana, I listen to his teachings also. So
Did you
tell
go
you
from Vivekananda to Ramakrishna, or did you directly go to Ramakrishna first?
this is the
Because I,
funniest.
yeah,
Sorry, sorry. Tell me.
no, no, I actually first found Vivekananda and his teachings,
Uh,
and then I went to,
No,
uh,
actually,
yeah,
YouTube algorithm is doing crazy things to me, and
uh,
I think there's an intervention also,
uh,
divine
uh,
intervention, I believe. So uh, um, somehow I landed. I mean, a video popped up by Jay Lakhani. I hope you may know him. He's passed away, I think, but he was an Indic scholar about Indic studies and philosophy and religion in the
okay.
West, and there'll be a lot of debates. He had participated in a lot of debates defending the dharmic way of the Indian way of lifestyle, and
Oh,
particularly
okay.
he explained through dharmic lenses. So I landed up on a video where he explained that if you ever cried for God, your path will definitely cross with Sri Ramakrishna. And I was aware about him, but I remembered back then, 4 5 years back, I was thinking of God and I was crying that why the hell this is happening to me. So I was going through a terrible time. But anyways, Sri Ramakrishna teaching, ma'am, what I was saying is he, lot of slowly Ramakrishna had this. He had this fan following. He had a lot of shishyas who used to
Yeah,
come around from a lot of places. So a lot of them used to come from the come crossing Ganges in a boat.
yeah,
So a lot of them, used to come on that boat, and the boat had lots of people because that was it was a ferry boat back then,
yeah,
and had a lot of passengers. So these shishyas used to dress up like like sannyasis, and people used to ask them, "Oh, you are a sannyasi. Who is your guru?" So what happened one day? Somebody told a sannyasi. Somebody asked a sannyasi,
yeah.
normal person, that who is your guru? So that sannyasi told Ramakrishna Paramahansa.
Hmm.
So the common man, a person, told, "Oh, he's a thug. You know? He doesn't know anything. No mantra he knows."
Uh,
So that sannyasi immediately got angry. The Shishya of Ramakrishna immediately got
yeah,
angry and
yeah.
caught up his collar and neck and told, "How dare you say such a thing about my master? I'll break your face. I'll break your jaw."
Hmm.
So then somehow the other fellows settled him down, and all of them went to we reached the Dakshineshwar
Hmm.
and explained the story to Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, to that fellow who got angry, he told that, "Why did you get angry? Just because he said something about me? You really think my stature is that low that
Uh,
somebody says something about me, and you accept it? That means you
yeah.
think I'm not that great, right?" So this happened. The next day, the
Uh,
same fellows were coming through. Some other person to some other shishya told, "You don't you know Ramakrishna is a thug?" So
yeah.
that fellow this time was very calm and quiet. So this again was explained to Ramakrishna by some other disciples, and
Uh,
Ramakrishna to that fellow who was quiet, some other guy, some other shishya quiet that time.
Huh.
So that Ramakrishna, when he heard that story, he told, "Hey, what kind of guy you are? He abused your guru, and you sat quietly. Do
Yeah.
you think this is the right dharma?" So the other disciples got confused.
Huh.
So he told, "So what's your stand, Gurudev? To one shishya, you told one thing. Second shishya, you told another thing." So then he explained to them. He asked those two guys to move out, and then explained, "See, the person who I scolded for being too hot, that person is actually his anger is uncontrolled, and he is to bring down the anger so that that in a way he'll be good and nice and his sadhana is not interrupted.
Yeah.
Other guy, on the other hand, he is good with sadhana, but he'll not be able to handle the worldly pressures. So he has to develop his fangs in order to survive. So that's how a guru is supposed to behave. He'll groom each shishya according to his nature or the way he behaves and acts. So
Wow. Wow.
this is how the parenting also should be, ma'am. In a way, we should. I think Ramakrishna is my master also, and I think that's how I think parenting should be done. You spend some time with your kid, understand him, see if he's too angry, too passive, too hyper or not interested. So you know you make up your mind that where you have to tune up or down and how.
This is amazing. That's amazing, and I think even with my own two kids, right? I see there's a huge difference. One is like fly by the night kind of a guy, like everything last minute, impromptu, like getting things done like his way and everything. And the other guy is like he knows exactly like 6 months from now what shirt he'll be wearing on Wednesday evening to go to a party or like an event or whatever, right? So that kind of a, so it's like that's a great lesson to remember ki you should just deal with people based on what they can do best. Wow, nice. Thank you, Rocky ji. uh, Judy, welcome, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, Rachna. Hello, Preeti ji.
Hi.
Hello, Rocky ji. This platform of yours is it's not only like education wise you for the viewers people, but if you want to come and just get the load off of the day, stress, just to have a few laughs,
Thank
you
you, thank you.
know,
Awesome.
this platform, I think so. People, please subscribe to this platform. I'm not getting anything from Rachna to say this, but
I'm also not getting it. Nobody's getting anything. Let's put it
but
that way.
if you just need, you had a tiring day, you had a busy day anywhere in the part of the world, and you just want to come and have a few laughs, plus get some,
But
some tips, some
Rashna ma'am,
education.
last session, $1,000 you have not sent it to me. Please send it quickly.
Ayo, okay.
Rocky ji, this is news, okay? Now this
I
will
know.
become breaking news on everywhere on all social medias.
I know,
That's the
yaar.
thing.
Oh, is
No,
it? Oh my God! Please edit it, Rashna ma'am, please.
यार नहीं नहीं वो क्लिपिंग करके कोई डालेगा कोई, डोंट वरी, आई एम जस्ट किडिंग.
so
Ah,
so all
yeah,
said and done, all everything, but where parenting is, well, now since the topic is on that, there is no right. This is my personal view. There is no right and no wrong.
yeah,
Everybody has a different way of parenting, and as a parent, you constantly are learning every day, irrespective of whichever age group you are as a parent, and whichever age group your kids are. You're learning every day from them. That's a thing. And as Chna said, that you might bring up each and every child of yours. If you have one child or two or three in your house, you give the same values, same things, everything same to each and every child, love, but they are they are different, because they are, obviously they are not like, they are two, they have their own identities, their own way of thinking. It's not that they will not lose their values. That is the base, what you make their values, your the way you bring them up, that is their base. But what else grows around them is totally their own identity, what they will make it, and they make it different. And you don't want typical characters in your house, same to same. Life will be boring. Imagine both will be either talkative, will be eating, chewing your head, or one both are quite silent, like you'll be watching a silent movie in the house. That's the thing. So one is
yeah.
quiet, the other one is talkative. So that keeps the balance. It's everything in nature also requires a balance, right? Same way, I think so even in your home you require that balance of things. Nothing can be the same. This is how I feel. Okay, maybe somebody else feels it in a different way, I don't know. And whereas education goes, I feel we still emphasize on factors like this is my personal view, where I've seen my one son is an engineer, my
Yeah.
other one is trying to pursue theater.
Yeah.
So I get this feedback. I know that engineering, doctors, and all these type of professions are highly regarded, and they should be too, because okay, you put that money, the investment, time, everything in it. But other professions are nothing less, I think so. We need to change. I feel creativity, it's so difficult to make a person laugh, it's so difficult to make a person cry. When you are somebody is dancing a really good, and that dancing can be anything from classical to contemporary to anything, you enjoy watching that, or you enjoy watching somebody singing. So these type of performing art stuffs or sports, you do, as Preeti ji was saying, it's so essential and these professions are nothing less than being a scientist or a doctor or a STEM person. We need to change our way of thinking,
Judy,
giving
Judy,
giving respect to all professions. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
is one thing I just want to conclude in this. Any sports, any instrument, anything I'm talking about, I was not talking about as a profession. I was talking about to learn the goodness of those items. I mean, the example that sports, when I'm talking about, I'm talking about learn the leadership, learn the team spirit, learn how to listen, learn how to adjust. Doesn't matter you will be a sports guy in the future or not, doesn't matter. At
No,
least
no,
you are
I get it, Pritiji. I got that point, but also,
entire mind.
no, I also that is also a part of it. But you know what happens here? I've seen. I don't know in India, but in here in the US, mostly desis, they always they want their kids only to go into education wise, only just like either STEM or medicines or something.
Whatever gives you most bang for the buck or whatever, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even in professions, even when they choose a career, they will see computer science. Computer science it is coding and all is very
We want to
important. It
be
is.
we want to
Y-
be CEOs, ma'am. That's the
No,
disease.
it's okay. Rocky ji, parents always want their children to prosper, to be good, have a good career, good life. That's good. But
Judy,
while doing
I have a cousin brother who left engineering and he is a chef because he wanted to cook.
exactly,
That's
that's the
awesome.
point, Pritichi. Do what you love. Let your child do what he loves. Maybe he might earn something a little less than the your neighbor's son or something. We see if now we have boycotted Bollywood and all that stuff. But before that movie which had come, Three Idiots, we saw that movie, we loved it, we praised, we said, oh wow, this is how it is.
Yeah.
We should allow our kids to do what they want, let them live their lives. But when it comes to career point, then we always cut. No, go for engineering only. Go for. I have my son's young. He has friends who are, some of them are Indians, and he tells me how their parents, force them that they have to get a good
This is
scores.
years of, so the argument on the other side, Judy, is that यार हम लोग इतना लड़ मर के fight मार के, we are like, we are better than our parents. The quality, look at even the middle class in India right now, how we were middle class growing up to now. The middle class that my cousins and nephews and nieces and all those people are living, it's completely different. So the argument on the other side is कि यार we have done so much to better our lives. Now it's our kids' turn to amplify and the definition of success. So it's the problem is the kids are getting crushed. I'll just pull up an article I found. this Hyderabad mein, there is this child who committed suicide, and it was just viral news last week. It was heartbreaking. He wrote this letter to his mother saying that I'm sorry, I'm not able to cope with the pressure of.
The pressure kids have 99%, 99.7%. I mean, why? Why?
Yeah.
Even if it's a 60%, they will earn something. Why
Yeah.
so much pressure of 90? Why is there a race going on?
GPA, yeah, GPA to 4, chodo, some of my friends' kids, and I mean, unfortunately, it's very easy for our kids also to get carried away, but six GPA, matlab, everything, and also courses from the next year as well. Like,
Rachana,
matlab,
I
This
feel for parents, it's more like their name stake on the social.
exactly. That's
It's
very
not
true.
about kids'
Very
thing.
true.
It's about कि वो लोग क्या कहेंगे, मेरा नाम खराब हो जाएगा type.
yeah,
Exact.
yeah,
And that GPA thing, I'll tell you a joke. When in 2018, when my oldest was at high school, he was finishing. There was this kid over there. He used to tell me, he used to come home and tell me, and this is Indian kid, and he would come in the lunchtime cafeteria and he would ask each and every, "What's your GPA score? What's your GPA score?" And anybody having more than 4.0, 4 point,
yeah.
he would only stick to them and talk to them. And
Adappa.
it was such a joke like that when we have something called the commemoration where they
Yeah,
commemorate the seniors. It's sort of like the 12th grade when you finish the 12th grade,
yeah.
and they have a certain function before the graduation ceremony. They made a joke on him on the stage where he comes and he's asking everybody, "What's your GPA score?" And it was a laughing stock, and people laughed and took it very lightly. But this is not a joke, like you're ridiculing yourself by doing such things. And this comes from somewhere from your home, where your parents are telling you that you have to have your GPA scores this much. You have to, yes, do have study. I'm not telling that just don't study and just get a very low GPA score. You do your best, you work hard, do your best. See, all can't become. When I was looking at one article of, I send it to you, Rachana, of Kriti Senon, I think so. So I was researching something because this time I'm really pissed off with that babe with that Dallas thing and all. So she was telling that, oh, Sushant was such an intelligent person. So I was thinking, why it hurts more, like, that he's been killed, because you took away a brilliant brain from us. That's the thing. Besides he being whatever the best, a good actor, a talented actor, you took one of the most brilliant brains from us who could have contributed to something really vital for our country. And that's what hurts more. That's the thing, because you might get a good actor, you might get somebody, a good brainy person or something, but this vital combination which this guy had, looks, acting, brains, plus a good heart, a good human being. There was one show where he was asked, you contributed so much for Nepal or something, he gave. So he says, as actors we
Full
earn a
package.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we earn a lot. Sometimes we get more than what we deserve also. This is what he's saying there on the stage. So it's okay to give back to the community. If you have so much, why not give back? Who says such things? Which actor
Exactly.
have you ever heard saying such things of giving back to the community, giving back to the and this type of person you all took away from us. And it's terrible. The vacuum is, it's never going to be, never going to be another Sushant, or
We
never
all
going to
have to be
be.
here. We all have to be that kind of a person to replace his, the energy and the aura that he was presenting. Yeah.
Exactly. I always ask my self a question, Rachna. Why does it hurt even now if I see some things of his or something? Why does it? I did not
Yeah.
even know this guy. I don't even was his fan. I never even, honestly, I never watched his movie.
Yeah.
Also, I watched it, that Kai Poche, only after full. I had watched bits and pieces of it, but I watched the whole movie only after he passed away. But why does it hurt so much? And then I wonder, if it hurts for a person like me so much, imagine how much it will be hurting his sister or his family people. So that's what, we need to look at that. And we need to just, at least take half percent from it. And I try to do that to my kids, like, do what you love to do, follow your heart, irrespective. Even if you want to become a chef, or you want to become a a
नहीं,
theater artist, or you want to become a scientist or doctor,
see,
anything.
यहाँ पे emotionally, okay. I'll just let's continue with that topic in just a second. I just want to give Ayush. I think he's having some kind of network issue. Let's just and then we'll continue that. And before that, Vasudha, I think Vasudha, you know the trick, right? To talking to teenagers is like either talk to them while you are taking a walk or talk to them in the car. So I think it worked out great for you because they don't like to make eye contact. So this is awesome for you. Magician SSR, thank you, Rachana ji. And Ayush, can you speak?
Super point by Vasudha ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Ayush, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes.
हेलो एवरीवन।
Hi.
अभी एक लाइन में पढ़ रहा था,
हाँ.
शाम सूरज को ढलना सिखाती है, क्षमा परवाने को जलना सिखाती है। शाम सूरज को ढलना सिखाती है, क्षमा परवाने को जलना सिखाती है। गिरने वालों को होती तो है तकलीफ, पर ठोकर ही इंसान को चलना सिखाती है।
वाह वाह,
That is so true. Resilience, man, that's what it is. 9 months पे हम लोग जब उठ के चलना शुरू करते हैं ना, we don't like think कि अरे गिर गए बस बैठ जाएंगे, right? We always like get back up and like just excel in that. Amazing. I just want to quickly one more thing here, Judy, before we pick that up. So Rocky ji, I just wanted to say something about outrage, right? वो जो फर्स्ट बंदा जो आके रामकृष्ण परमहंस के he tries to defend him, right? Because how dare you say that about my guru and all that, right? So this is what I have often seen in outrage. We get outraged on behalf of other people. How dare you say that about this person? How dare you? Our outrage is our outrage, right? Like did he the other person, she or he, they should be able to defend themselves. Of course, if the reason why we keep defending Sushant is because he's no longer there to defend himself, right? So there has to be like a balance in outrage. That's what I see. And I think but of course Ramakrishna's story is like that goes in a different direction, about him teaching the right lessons to the right kids at the right time and all that. But so that's one point. And so
I get your point, ma'am. But I think he was guiding his disciples in a way where they could because he's for a sannyasi also it's not easy.
Yeah.
He has to survive and go through the hurdles of life. And about the outrage, ma'am, I think that's why I constantly push this line. We have to make kids and we have to make people thinking creatures. It's all subjective. It depends on circumstances, and you need to have an absolute control of your mind to have a control over your outrage also. Most of the times you may have felt it. You get angry and then you lose control of yourself. So where is it coming from? I mean, whatever you said, ma'am, it's very good. It's genuinely correct. But practically, there's a lot to do to it, basically.
I mean, I understand who will fight for the rights of people who are marginalized, who will fight for of course we are activists for a reason, right? Like everyone has their own choice of activism that they pick up and everything, but I don't know, thoda outrage internet mein anonymous comments, unnecessary taking swipes at other people because they're doing wrong to somebody else. Like, I don't know, I just think that's...
Ma'am, I think a little outrage is required from us also. But the thing only I'm emphasizing on this part is the reason why we get rattled up, we get we get triggered because we don't have an anchor on ourselves. So if you have an anchor and you have a calm mind, you get to know, if the outrage or if the anger is genuine or is it fake. Does it make any difference to you, or it does not? Has it any relevance or not? So at that moment when somebody is shouting at you, you lose your mind, right? So where's the point? Like, it's all philosophical high-fi stuff, I know, but this is what my goal is also, because I have anger issues. I have a lot of problems. I've been into deep troubles, and here's a point, ma'am, I would I think like to say.
I can't, Rocky ji, I can't imagine you as an angry young man. Judy, can you?
I have been you
No,
need to.
I just want to add two things before I leave,
Oh,
Rachana.
yeah,
That's the
yeah. Go
thing.
ahead. Go.
Just sorry, I
Ah,
love that sentence. I totally agree with Miss Vasudha ji, who said the best
yeah,
place to have psychological lessons with your kids is the car. There is no
yeah.
place where they can run away, and that also when the car is in motion. That's the thing.
Ah.
You start your class in that time over there. I do that all the time. That's the thing. Trust me, and it works.
And you have
That
long
was
drives. And you have long
no, no,
car
not
rides.
dry. Even if it is to the barber shop, that's fine. But just you can have your lessons
That is
there.
so true.
that
Yeah.
that's the thing. And I just wanted to Rocky ji had
Yeah.
mentioned about, I don't know, Rocky ji, what is of your your backlog of your previous past, but believe me, trust me, most of the times when we seek some things in life, we seek for always the wrong things, and the Almighty always knows when to give us the right things. And when he gives us the right things, we look at behind in the past and we say, what so stupid we were, that we were crying for something which we should have not got, and now that we have got the right things. I hope you understand that, and I hope it
Yes, and
whatever it is, you find peace in it, and you get it. That's the thing. But trust me, most majority times we human beings always ask for the wrong things, and the Almighty will always give you the right things when it's the right time. So you
this is
just have
so.
to be patient. That's all. Just be patient, and all good things will come in right
I
time.
think universe is already conspiring with him because uska YouTube algorithm is getting better and better according to him.
I offline, ma'am, I'll share something, but
Uh,
that's what I mean.
so you're
Judy,
on your
ma'am.
way to become
No,
enlightened.
no, no.
No.
Enlightened. It's not easy. Easy. It's not.
Uh,
It's very very difficult. I'll tell you. It's the
uh,
most difficult part in a
our
human's life,
journey.
basically. Yeah, but
Uh,
I agree with Judy, ma'am. I think we always ask the wrong things. But thanks to my guru, and I have been listening like an ardent devotee to him. So he pushes this line to me that we always crib about material things.
yeah.
Once you focus on the God and he comes and reside in you, he's always there. But if you enlighten yourself, or if you awake to that consciousness, you will have shortage of nothing actually. So why not ask everything? So
Yeah.
that is what
and,
is
and I'll give
motivating.
you one last whether trick or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It has worked with for me. Hope it works with others also. When you pray to God, of which whoever your God is, or you follow, don't ask for yourself, ask for somebody else, and then in return he gives it to you, it comes back to you. So that's how it works, because we always ask only, give, take care for us or for our loved ones, but we never think that we should ask for someone who is much more needy, or somebody who requires it, or something,
Yeah.
more, our friends or whatever, they are friends, friend ka friend. So do that, ask for them, and then you will get in return too. वो बोलते हैं ना, दुआ तुमको मिल जाती है. That's how it works. That's how the nature, or whatever you want to call it, it works that way. So
I
True, true.
that's the only thing. So
yeah.
anyway, guys, take care. um
Th-
I was cooking also at the side, and I
Okay.
said, let
Okay.
me just jump in.
Thank you, Judy.
Today
Yeah.
is Friday, so thoda ragda practice ka din hai. That's the thing, but
क्या
I
बात है,
Oh,
plan.
nice.
Bombay style Dagra patties,
Nice.
Yeah,
Dagra
so that's the
party.
thing. So that's the
हाँ,
thing.
he
So
is a
carry on,
Mumbaiker
guys.
यार,
Thank you
और
so
क्या.
much. I'm
हाँ,
in the chat. I will be in
yeah.
the chat. Thank you,
Thank
Preeti
you.
ji,
Thank
Ayush. Hi, Rocky ji. Thanks.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Take care.
We want to join.
हाँ, I know.
Anytime. Come in. Anytime.
यार,
Uh,
we'll
If there
do a
was
girls trip
digital or
यार,
something, I
Preeti.
could send. I could send via RNS's platform. I would have done that too. I'll have to wait for another 10 years for such technology to come out. That's the thing.
Hey, who knows? Preeti and I will come on a girls trip यार.
I
Don't wish.
know. Rachana,
हाँ,
totally,
हाँ, हाँ.
totally ready.
I know. There you go. So don't wish
Anytime.
too much, Judy.
Oh, we'll only come. अभी Atlanta में आके we have to put the flags right over there. Boycott Bollywood.
There
बहुत
you
सारे
go.
shows हो रहे हैं. That's the
बहुत
thing.
सारे.
Yeah. So
Yes,
anyway, take care,
Shilpa
guys. Take
Shetty
care.
ji is coming. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye,
नहीं,
man. Take care.
I just want to build on what Judy was just saying. कि I also feel like I just come down to my knees here when I think of so much gratitude for whatever I have, right? Like अभी बैठ के मतलब आराम से बैठ के सुशांत सिंह के quotes पढ़ते हुए, just chatting, and like how many people, like we are probably right now, whoever is here, we are probably in the top 1.5 to 3% of the world who can afford to sit and आराम से गप्पे करने के लिए, मतलब so it is
In a very good position, we should be thankful for every day. Yep.
right, absolutely यार. रगड़ा अनिल जी को जेलस हो रही है यहाँ पे कि उनको इनवाइट नहीं किया.
For me, Rachana, one more thing is very
Yeah.
important. What I learned when I was in a childhood,
Yeah.
I grew up in a very big joint family,
Yeah.
and I've seen that frequently whenever I mean, of course, when Papa and my other uncles, everybody getting chance, we used to always have like every 3 or 4 months when everybody is free, we used to have a picnic. Any nearby place. I mean, it's not something that has to be fancy or resorts and all. Any nearby dam or beach or park, we
Yeah.
used to go and have a picnic there with all the food cooking from home. And we used to play cards. We used to play, I mean, the whole family, I'm talking about, whole
That's
family.
amazing.
We used to have songs. We used to have frisbee. I mean, these kind of things also we should start bringing back to life, because kids doesn't know what the family time is. So that, I mean, those old days, those old charm of entertainment should comes back again. Once in a while, we, even if we are not going out, once in a while in the night, we all used to sit in the hall with all the gadda and all, and we used to have coffee and chit chat in the night, whole night. So that was all those fun memories. Still, I have that. I mean, we still do that when we meet, but still, there were all
Few and
family,
far between.
all elders and kids all together. I mean, there was no shyness that elder is there, we should not sit. Everybody was sitting and everybody was having fun like crazy, talking about 70s marriage till 90s marriage and what you saw when you saw. I mean, it was hilarious. And we should bring this kind of things back in life, because these are very nice to have conversation like in a fun language, but
Kids
still
will never be tempted to even touch their phone, yeah. It'll be so fun.
so much
मतलब,
to just have a night out at home. I mean, not
yeah.
even do anything. It was a fun thing. I mean, just think about all those old memories. Just tell them, what happened when they used to be a child, when our parents were child. And there were so many memories. Even for us, also, it was shocking. Like, seriously, ऐसा होता था?
I
Seriously,
know.
ऐसा होता था? And it was so much fun.
It
So
it reminds it
going
reminds
out,
me of a tradition.
ah,
Like
going
we
out in a picnic or going out eat as a street food. Just go hang out outside.
yeah.
Just plan a family time. Maybe it's out, maybe it's in, maybe it's in park. But start doing that, because that is something gonna bring them back slowly. It's gonna take a while, of course, but it's gonna bring slowly. And they will start feeling that that you guys are not on top of them all the time with studies and this and that.
I know.
You are
There's
normal.
other things in life.
You are normal. I am normal.
Oh.
I mean,
It
have to
reminds me
talk
of,
about the parenthood sometime. I mean, sometime we have to leave it. We
we
can't be
have
on.
to let loose here. Yeah, I agree with you completely. मतलब,
That is why they run away from us.
and picking your own battles, right? Like, मतलब कितना करोगे? They'll be like, when you keep picking on all the small things, जब बड़े problem का time आएगा ना, then they'll not even be there to listen to
And
us.
there should be a time where even we feel we are quit and we learn from the new generation. So
Yeah,
there is a place where we have to come down in a one middle situation where we
yeah.
both can hang out. I mean, for me, it's an ice cream parlor as well. I mean, in my family, everybody loves it. So we go
Oh,
once in a while ice cream parlor. We just have eat outside and
that's awesome.
yeah, and whatever everybody like, let's do it.
You're giving me a lot of ideas.
I mean,
Nice.
ice cream parlor is always fun in my house. I mean, we
Yeah,
always go in local ice cream stores, just
yeah.
eat outside and just come back in the night.
Parenting has become parroting. Anilji, I know. I think you're also talking from experience like us. So I just thought of Vanabhojanam is what we do. We used to do, sorry, in our childhood, where we would just do a huge picnic every year during Kartik Mas, and lot of memories here. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
ma'am. I can imagine. And to add to what Preeti said, I think that's what parents should bring flavors to their kids. Like, not flavors of ice cream, of course, but flavors of life.
Yeah.
Ki they are strict sometimes and they are friendly sometimes. Monotonous ho jayenge, then they'll run away. So the other day I was mentioning about bombarding some thoughts to them, the kids, making them thinking creature. If you do it in a friendly way, then they'll catch attention. So
Yeah.
I'm in touch with a Gold family, Rachana
Uh,
ma'am, and I have to their kids. They are teenagers. They are to be teenagers.
yeah.
So I have gifted them like Vikram Betal Kathalu,
Oh
Panchatantram.
my gosh. No way. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and
Huh.
especially for Vikram Betal, if you see, ma'am, that story is at the end, that will put you in dilemma whether this was right or that was right. So,
Yeah.
in a way that I forgot the author's name. They
And
how brilliantly.
how would you problem solve when something dharma sankat like that came to you, right? Like,
Correct. So life is always like that. There's no right or wrong. I think Judy ma'am said this some time back. There's no right or wrong,
yeah.
but the certain things that you have to shield your kids against, that is fine. But let them think and let them. That's what I think you are already doing it with your students and your kids also. To make them thinking creator, let their thoughts flow. Let them think as as beyond as they can think. And I think also, ma'am, I think we talked about it. Ki don't show your kids pictorial form of
Hmm.
storytelling.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
should be
yeah.
in audio form. Let the imagination flow. That's the idea. I think
Yeah, yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people have confirmed this. Lot and lots of people confirmed it. So that's what I mean. You can tell the kids about some story from the this thing, ma'am. I think mythology, as they
Mythology.
say.
Huh.
For it is for us. It is itihasa.
Yeah.
So recently, I have started reading through those stories. Also, it gives me inspiration, and I have to tell these stories to my daughter also, right? So
नहीं so अरे यहाँ पे sorry I'm just looking at some chat and यहाँ पे कुछ म-
कुल्फी काउंट करा रहे रगड़ा पैटी में, मुझे ही गोद ले लो अब आप।
अच्छा I know जूडी भी और किसी और के साथ गोद में लेने की रिक्वेस्ट भेजी है
अभी
थी
फिलहाल के लिए तो मुझे ले लो।
That's funny. Anil ji bhi mast hai. Okay. Nahi, yeah, and we were just talking about it, right, Rakhi ji, ki, what is the kind of source of entertainment that we should look for now that we have like a huge vacuum, considering all the bullshit that we are like pushing away. And I think we can just, when we find out alternative sources of entertainment, like, matlab, itihasa, as you said, like imagination can run wild, ki imagine वो जो रामायणा में एंड महाभारता में वॉट एवर वी वर शोन राइट इन यार एनटीआर का कुछ निकालते हैं रुको एनटीआर मूवीज ऑल हैड दिस फाइट सीन्स
yeah, that I think there's a in previous now this gold cinema is totally rotten now. But in previous days, I think I've seen when I was preparing for my IAS exams, my teacher told me, man, that ki watch this movie of the Telugu movie about Krishna Dev Raya.
या
So in olden days, I think he was a Telugu himself, and he told Telugus are obsessed with Krishna Dev Raya and
या
that Tenali Raman stories also. So yeah, I mean, tell your kids Tenali Raman stories, how brilliantly he, is used to find out solutions.
Exactly. I just got a copy from some NRI Desi magazine, and I was just reading some of the best stories of Tanal Ramakrishna, and they're just so witty, man. And I mean, of course, the storytelling is a little cheesy and all that, maybe because of the translation. But yeah, imagine if somebody said that there is a person with 10 heads, and all this is audio version, as you recommended. Imagine our imagination going wild and like,
So here is some food for thought, ma'am, for your kids. So
yeah,
let's say Rama or Lakshmana had chopped off the nose
yeah,
of his sister of
yeah.
this, Ravana.
Yeah,
So Ravana coming for a revenge.
yeah.
Was he doing the right thing or wrong thing? But Ramachandra killing Bali in hiding through the bushes or trees, was it the right thing or wrong thing? What do you think?
Yeah.
So,
Amiji was
and
answering that.
right.
Amiji,
I mean,
yeah,
that session
yeah.
was amazing. I mean, she's also blessed by none other than Ramachandra himself.
She is
So,
amazing, man. Oh my
yeah, and
gosh.
one more point, ma'am. I'll
Yeah,
forget this one. Key,
yeah, yeah.
our Indian history and architecture is getting so addictive for me. I mean,
Ah,
the people who are already on YouTube talking about it and reading about it, mentioning this. For example, the Dwarka city of Dwarka. Then this similar city is found near, the coast of Pumpuhar, I think in Tamil Nadu.
mm-hmm.
There are a lot of architecture, I think, in Lepakshi temple.
Archaeology. Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Archaeology means, I mean, archaeological evidences are there that looks that the monument has been built by some superhuman or some ancient technology. How was it built? For example, ma'am, I think you may know this that some temple, like for example, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, it's the
Yeah,
largest
yeah,
Vaishnav temple. So
yeah,
if you see, there's it's called moat. I think there's a canal
yeah.
encircling the periphery of the temple walls. So the some researchers, I think his name is Praveen Mon or something.
Even this guy, right? वो जो यार, I remember that moat. My internet is so pathetic, man.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'll complete quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
That
No, no, complete, complete.
yeah, that moat or that canal encircling that entire temple complex actually provided a very solid. I mean, it solidifies it made the foundation of that temple, the bottom of the temple, very very solid. I mean, it should
Yeah,
not lose basically. So it was one technology. Also, ma'am, in Lepakshi temple, I think in Andhra, it is very very ancient temple. And if you look at the bull, it's made out of granite and it's shiny.
yeah,
So and that the bells that Nandi is wearing, the bull, I think the Nandi,
yeah,
the ride of Lord Shiva.
yeah,
So the bull is the Nandi is wearing bells that looks very realistic, and that's all across all temples in southern India. Northern India obviously it would have been there, I guess, but they don't stand now. So we'll take references from the South India and see how it's so mind-boggling. You will totally be amazed to see ki how the hell did they create this?
yeah, yeah.
Is there some
E-
late machine?
Even this thing where you have to construct the gopurams around the moat, if you have to, there's water, there is this huge temple here, and
Mhm.
remember that guy said the inclination at which you have to travel to be able to climb up this construct the gopurams are like 6 kilometers or something. So
Ha,
how
yeah,
did
yeah.
they have that kind of a ramp or something like that, right? So
That is,
our,
ma'am,
yeah,
that is for Brihateshwar temple in
chola
Thanjavur. Yeah, the
chola,
four,
yeah.
I think 20 or 25 metric ton that stone weighs, and that is at a height, for that the ramp would be around 15 kilometers or so.
A fifth, wow.
So
I-
elephant pulling it up for 15 kilometers non-stop. Can you imagine? It's impossible. The Kailasa temple at I think in Maharashtra, it
yeah,
is built top down. So I mean, consider debris that has to be pulled out. That means then they are coming up with theories like we had probably the rock vaporizing mechanism, but the debris
mm,
would be vaporized. So, and today, ma'am, I saw a video, I think, where, it was some American guy, I believe, because of the accent, and he was
yeah.
mentioning about our ancient text called Vimana Shastras. So,
I was just searching for it because 2 weeks ago we saw it, my husband and I. Oh my goodness. I was
uh,
I was just looking at it. I saw it on YouTube. Did you see it on YouTube?
yes, it was a
Bima.
short video.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the reason why that even in ancient India, ma'am, before that that Garbhagudi, that
Yeah.
structure that is on top of Garbhagudi, the Garbhagriha, we say that is called Vimana, I think. So that
Yeah.
is the exact same way where exact same structure that was of these things. I mean, the Vimana, the ancient
R-
planes flying.
Exactly. And
object.
even the rocket, yeah, I remember. And we actually looked for the full documentary and we found it as well. That's what I was looking for in our history, in my
Short
history.
information about that, ma'am. I'll complete it quickly. Ki,
Yeah,
that had very strong. So they are coming up with theories and with some proof that the people who want to get it, who wants to onboard, who wanted to onboard that plane, that ancient Vimana, they
yeah,
had to encircle it 7 or 8 times. So they are coming up with theories like, did that have some magnetic field? And while they were encircling it, did that mean ki they are getting you accustomed to that magnetic field before entering it in a go, and then getting a magnetic shock that would
yeah.
be a little harmful. So in order to get familiarized with the magnetic field, they encircled it 7 times. Even today we encircle temples around in South India, especially entire temple at Vimana. We are encircling, I think, clockwise 7 times or something, and then we
You,
enter temple.
yeah. Okay, 7 times. I didn't know that. We do 3 times uh, around the temple, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Pradakshina, Prad- yeah.
Pradakshina Path. It is called Pradakshina Path for us also. In
Okay,
Hindi,
yeah.
people also call it like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Oh,
these are,
okay. We do it 3 times. I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, your ancestors maybe 2 3 generations before maybe doing it 7 times. I mean,
Right. Now
the
that you are
reason why.
saying that, probably,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm guessing it because maybe the reason why we are doing it is lost. That's why we would have said. I mean, your ancestor would have said later on, ki, what's the point? So let's do it 3 times and then we're
Yeah.
done with it. So I'm
Possible.
taking guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
these are
yeah.
see. I mean, we can go and talking about this on and on and on. And the Westerners are doing research on Veda, and it's so addictive. I'll tell you.
It is. What about this one? Yeah, why we visit temples also? I was getting. 1 second. Okay. Temples, scientific reason. I just put together all these things for that I found on the internet, on social media, and I was just amazed at the science. Why? If you remember Ruta Vidya. Okay, so let me show you Ruta Vidya. If we this lady, uh, Ruta Vidya. 1 second. Who is that lady who wrote this book? Sinu Joseph. So Sinu Joseph also talks about Ruth Vidya and like why we usually when we are menstruating, women who are menstruating should not go into the temples, and why did that? Science based. She talks about the science behind all those practices. Right? It is amazing. It is shockingly refreshing. It's I highly recommend this book. I have bought this. I have recommended this to so many people. I can't even tell you. It's
Can
just,
I add a point, ma'am, here?
yeah,
The people who are onto the sadhana and who have inspired me to follow them, they have told me that when women were menstruating, so all this is put in the trash, saying it's all garbage and it's not scientifically proven and things like that. But if you go deeper down and do research, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to do research on it. But what he told me actually shocked me, that at the time of menstruation, woman is just getting ready to give birth.
yeah.
So energy on I mean, energy she possesses is of different kind, and her aura opens up.
Okay.
That's what he told. So, in the ancient times, ma'am, I think after the menstrual cycle,
Hmm.
just to wash down that so aura opens up means you catch up negative energy also. So, women used to take salt water bath
Ha.
just after menstruation, so that they could wash out their negative energy or something. And these were done by male men also. Saints say they went
Okay.
on to some area and they caught up some energy that is disturbing their sadhana basically. So these things, we had some ancient science, and well-being was well taken care of separately for
Yeah.
men and women. And somehow we are regaining it, I think.
Right, yeah, we are, and why we visit temples also, there is like this, how the human body and the chakras and what you're talking about, auras and all of that, versus how the temple is designed, the layout of any temple, especially the Dhwajastupa and all that, and the five metals that make up this Dhwajastupa. I mean, it's just fascinating. Yeah? So, this is all part of our
I
journey.
think eight metals, ma'am. Ashtadhatu is all. I think it's called eight
Oh,
metals.
I'm
So I think
sorry.
there is the temple, Ramachandra temple in Ayodhya. The bell is coming from Tamil Nadu, made up of Ashtadhatu. I think
Okay, okay.
South
I'll
India
have to
was
Google that. Okay, thank you for that.
yeah, South Indians were brilliant with, I think, this thing, ma'am, metallurgy.
Metallurgy. नहीं यार, हमारे यहाँ पे भी है ना, मतलब the things that don't get rust or something. What is that in Delhi? Uh,
That is
वो
iron pillar.
स्तंभ जो है, हाँ,
हाँ
Iron
हाँ.
pillar at Mehroli. Mehroli.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we just generally all over India, I
Yeah,
think we have to tap into our ancient wisdom. That's what it is. Uh,
right.
yeah, but see, the whole point that, yeah, Preeti, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
नहीं, when I'm not the very spiritual person, so I don't have anything to say here.
नहीं, that's okay.
अरे नहीं
यहाँ
नहीं
पे
this is
nobody sees
not.
Mar Khan.
Yeah, correct. And we are at the same level. It's just कि थोड़ा
Yeah,
दो चार वीडियो मैंने ज्यादा देख लिए.
I know.
आपने जितना बोला मैं चुपचाप सुन रही थी, because I don't have any ज्ञान in this one.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's just, and everybody's journey is different, right? So my whole thing about today is because metacognition के बारे में, when I'm reading it from a Western perspective versus an Eastern philosophy perspective, I think this is where I connect with Sushant, because he talks about the brain so much and our metacognition and our meta thinking, the way that we think about ourselves and everything. So I'm just requesting all the SSRians to just uh, whatever people do negative bias के वजह से we'll just keep thinking कि that person must have a wrong intention or a negative intention or something. So why don't we all give each other a break? तुम अपना खुद का काम करो, just do your best and forget the rest. That's what my recommendation and request is from everybody. That's the reason why I wanted to talk about this today, because see, even Rene Descartes, right, that he quotes here, Sushant, he says, I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. Matlab, this is deep into metacognition theory, where what are your thoughts made up of? And people will know, with the minute you open your mouth, people will know what kind of thoughts you have, because they are literally a reflection. Your words are a reflection of your thoughts. So please, I'm requesting you, just you read a little bit of what Sushant used to talk about, educate yourself in metacognition, have some great thoughts. And this is the quote that I want to talk about, because this really single-handedly changed my life, because it says, your mind will always believe everything you tell it, about yourself, especially, and about others. But if that is true, let's just assume it to be true, and it is scientifically a fact that our brain tends to believe whatever we tell it. And that is the reason why हम लोग जब, when we get up, we wake up from a dream, we think that it is reality, and we are like fighting off sometimes, or crying, or like happy or something, right? The brain does not know the difference between reality and imagination. So if that is the case, why don't we imagine that there is a lot of hope, there is a lot of truth, and there's a lot of love around us, and why don't we operate from that perspective? So that's that's the reason why I brought up this topic of just giving each other a break. And Panchadhatu.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what I thought of Panchadhatu as well. That's the reason why. But maybe,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, there
Maybe
are
they
different
invented
kinds of
more
alloys.
things in the last. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They might have
Correct.
more.
Correct. I mean, that's fine. Could be wrong also. Thank you, Anilji. So, ma'am, couple of things I want to add
Yeah.
here to whatever you said. Ma'am, I think in everybody's life, this is how the Creator who has made us has made certain pitfalls for us, some hurdles or some pain points in life, so that we realize that who we are. I think somebody was mentioning we should be the learning experience should be the same in success and failure. But
Yeah.
ma'am, unfortunately, in today's time, the human beings have become so selfish that once they are successful, they won't think. They think that they are king of the world, and they don't want to look inside, and they don't want to
Yeah.
improve themselves. So, ma'am, from my personal experience, I don't say it is totally wrong. Some
Yeah.
people still would exist that who could learn both ways. But I'm talking about a normal person like me, ma'am. Until and unless you are in grief, you don't learn.
Yeah.
When you are in grief, when you fail, that is the time you start looking inside, and at that moment there should be some impetus from your family, friend, or you have to look out from yourself
Yeah.
to something that you can cling to, and at the same time continue with your atma manthan, your looking inside you, that what exactly has gone wrong, where have you made mistakes. I could list down so many things I've made mistakes. So, and then slowly I improved upon it, one step at a time, and probably this will continue. And also, as
And
my
it is good if it continues the rest of our lives, right? Like we have to be lifelong learners. And yeah, great.
And see, ma'am, I think brilliant minds like Sushant, he artificially created it. I'll tell
Yeah.
you how. Because when he was at the in the best engineering college,
Yeah.
he quit it, and he went on to pursue a career in that movies or serials. Yeah.
TV. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he artificially create. That's how I call him a genius, because he would have got a very good job, and probably would have settled in
Exactly.
US somewhere, like his friend, I think, Gaurav or Varun. I think Varun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Varun is the guy, his friend. He has mentioned about him in the
Yeah.
diaries. So he would have landed similarly like him. I think Varun is in US. I think he was talking to one of the Twitter space with Priyanka ji.
Recently. Right. 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 Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he would have landed up there itself, but he artificially created a situation where he would have anxiety, and he would have thoughts running helter skelter, and he would have thought, "कि अरे यार ये तो गड़बड़ कर दिया. I should have quit this." These thoughts would have crossed at least 10 times in a day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he keep pursuing, keep carrying. He
Never
had
be afraid
immense.
of reinventing himself. Yeah.
Yes, yes, he kept pushing himself, and then he never shied away from hard working.
Yeah.
And that somebody may have asked it, why he couldn't be at that DC, and then he would have pursued it. It doesn't happen like that. You have to plunge to rise. So he artificially created those things. When he was in peak of his
Even
studies.
at TV, even TV, right? Like then he just at the top of his career, he quits and he starts with this movie thing and everything.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
he did not. He was not there to. I mean, he in his luck was on his side, and he
Yeah.
knew it. Probably, some blessed children, blessed people have this intuition. That you'll not fail. So you'll have either you have a steady path, which is easy, or you can choose your own life and do certain things if you work hard. So how I summarize it, ma'am, he created artificial failures. Somebody
Yeah.
suddenly moving out of, for example, the way he did, there could be a person who would have been kicked out of the television industry, saying you're not good enough, your movies or your serials or soaps are not getting enough TRP. So that was a failure, a genuine failure by with somebody, and he created an artificial failure for himself.
Yeah.
Why I say artificial failure is because he didn't, as a normal human being, he didn't expect that he would be a success at movies. He
Yeah.
probably thought, let me give it a try,
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
had the intuition, he had the confidence, but he created an artificial failure so that it could keep him on his toes. So
Yeah.
that's what, ma'am. The people who are failure, ma'am, people who have failed, I have failed multiple times. Even now, I am not a big top shot, but I'm trying every day to be a better person, and
Yeah.
I have my dreams, I am pursuing them, I have my obligations, I'm going through that. So I think most of us are like that. No, there's I mean, whatever I'm saying is there's nothing special in it. But the
Yeah.
only thing is, ma'am, if you fail, if you're going through misery, if you're going through hardship, believe you me, you are really blessed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the person who have not fail in life, he is of no use. He'll be afraid to take risks. And probably you can go, I think, ma'am, if you visit Vegas and find some poker players who are
Yeah.
super rich, I can name a few. So they have never lost in their life. But can you imagine them leading a life that is totally devoid of attention? They are
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
hollow from inside.
Did
So
you
if you want
so
to be tough, face failure, ma'am, and that's the point, I think, where that's the time when you learn. But
In
cling on to
physics,
something, maybe God, maybe parents, maybe something that who you think is a source of energy.
I
For
just want
Sorry,
to
but
play this. No, no, that's okay. I just wanted to play this based on what you were just saying, because
for me, the best part of his statement was, I remember, not the statement, I would say
yeah,
a sentence was, even if I'll fail in everything, I'll just open a tea stall and I'll be happy.
exactly, exactly. I was just
That's
looking for that
you know,
video.
because he is ready to come that low, but he wants his happiness.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm very motivated that part. You do whatever you want. You don't need to be engineer. Not everyone can be a doctor. Not
yeah,
everyone can be anything. But whatever you do, just be happy and just
yeah.
let kids be happy. It doesn't matter even if they are a air hostess or a waiter or a whatever. Just let them hustle and let them be happy every day.
ma'am, a
Oh,
small comment actually
uh,
after
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No, no, you go ahead.
No, ma'am, I think I've been speaking a lot. So you complete your point, ma'am. I'll come after you.
No, no, I was just going to build off of what Preeti was. Yeah, Preeti, go ahead. Did you finish?
Yeah, I'm done.
So, no, no, I was just see. I just want to at the risk of like it's a combination of what Judy and Preeti and everybody was saying. Basically, I also like the idea of like letting the child choose, but I also want to give them options. Key, these are the kind of things if you do, your quality of life is going to be at a certain level. Uh, if you
Yeah,
choose,
that I agree, Rachana. But for
yeah,
me, the point he was saying is, even if I fell down,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
my point is be happy. That's what my
yeah.
point was. Of course, you have to tell them
Try and fail, try and
what
fail.
the,
Yeah,
what the difference between a apartment and of course the lower down. There
yeah,
are difference. They have to accept it. But the part was he was saying is, anytime I fell down, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna be happy.
yeah, yeah. I remember that, and I wanted to show this to Rocky. I don't know if you had a chance to see this. A couple of videos that I just love these, and I watch whenever I'm feeling a little low. Rocky, let me play
Yeah,
this.
play them. I'll quickly make a closing comment, post it.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, after the video, probably, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
in physics, we are told that this is the first law, this is the second law. In mathematics, this is the right answer. So we are obsessed with uh, thinking that there is a simple one answer to probably complicated questions. But what I've understood in the process of doing what I do is that there are no right answers. There are only ways of seeing. And it might not be my way of seeing could not be your way of seeing, but that's fine. We should be okay with this difference of looking at the same thing differently and then probably collaborate and explore.
Many people who've been absolutely, like they saw you on TV and they said, okay, this boy.
In physics, we are told that this is the
Sorry. Yeah, that's. I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I think I was a science student myself, and had very like I had too much. I mean, a lot of interest in mathematics and physics, like SSR. But there was a time I decided to prepare for the IAS exams, and I think he brilliantly said when we talk physics or maths, so science student has this habit of this is the right answer and this is the wrong answer, and it's an artificially created. Though we call it science and though we call it there's a rationale in it, but when I switched to arts in
Yeah.
IAS exams, there are a lot of papers are mandatory that are arts related, society related, and
Yeah.
there's no right answer.
Yeah.
You know, there's always shades of gray. One teacher evaluating an answer, my teachers told me, who were coaching me for the exam, that these are the right answers. This is the right answer you think, this is the wrong answer you think. One teacher may give 5 out of 10 for the right answer you think, the same other teacher may give 3 out of 10 for the same right answer.
Yeah.
So there's element of luck in it also. So you be prepared for it, and that's how the exam makes you hard. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, ma'am, when I was a science student in after 10th, we used to, look down upon people who took arts. And it's funny how life takes one circle, and then we realize कि नहीं, arts वाले लोग जो पढ़ रहे हैं,
Yeah.
so that actually is more realistic to life.
Yeah.
Whenever you read physics, we always assume कि we push a box and surface is frictionless, there is no air drag, and
Yeah.
then you do some calculation based on formula. But in reality, it is never like that.
We are never working in vacuum. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree with that completely. I agree with that. Right
and
brain. Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 no. You, finish.
Okay, and ma'am, last point I would say is कि like when you talk to kids, nowadays मैं प्रीति भी बोलती हैं कि it's very difficult to talk to kids these days. They are not easy. It's not easy. They are not listening. So
Yeah.
they have this notion into head कि as I told you, ma'am, and this is very deep rooted, and don't take it lightly, ma'am. I tell to viewers also कि there's a constant thing churning in their head कि upgradation हो रहा है ना. मेरे पापा का जो मोबाइल था, I have a different, a better one. So
Yeah.
of a generation, everything has to upgrade. So everything what my father used to do, my mother used to do, I have to do completely different than them. Otherwise, I'll be called a backward guy,
Yeah.
and I'm not upgrading. I'm left behind, and I have to keep up to the peer
I love
pressure.
this point. Ha.
Yeah, so but to tell them that some things don't change. There were times that for centuries life was like same, but for a couple of decades the life has completely turned on its table scientifically, and there's so much invention around. With every passing year, every passing day, there's so much of things adding on to
Exponential.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some things don't change, like in when I was.
रॉकी यार आपको मतलब फिलोसोफर ऑफ द सेंचुरी मिल जाएगा क्या मतलब वो ये this is a great point. I mean, some things we just overcomplicate the shit out of some things. I'm just so irritated.
The actual
मतलब
elixir is yet to come, ma'am. Just hold on your horses for
okay,
a
okay,
minute.
okay, okay. Huh.
So here is the thing: you tell to those kids, the teenagers, that's fine. An aspect of it externally has changed a lot, but certain things don't change because human mind has not changed. Like for example, somebody slapped you 50 years ago, you would feel the pain. Somebody slapped you today, we would also feel the pain. I'm
Yeah.
not saying physically, emotionally as well.
Yeah.
Somebody treating you nicely, somebody greeting with your smile, gave you good vibes 50 years ago when there was no technology, and
Yeah.
even today. A mother taking, like I'm being your mother, I'm addressing your needs, I'm giving love and care for you, you are feeling good. You would feel the same way. Go and ask old guys who are in their 90s or 80s, they were feeling the same way. So,
Yeah.
and also, these days, we have got so materialistic, ma'am, when everything is, there's a price tag to everything these days. Now when go and talk to kids and explain them ki see there are certain things which is harming you actually.
Yeah.
So on certain things you can trust me. On certain things I am on you that life has changed, but on certain things life hasn't, and it will not. For example,
Yeah.
when I said like there's a price on on everything, a
Yeah.
girl being treated as an object to oogle at. The
Yeah.
girl
Yeah.
today would not, because of her hormones, and she's growing up, she
But
would
not.
feel like
Yeah.
she's getting attention, probably she thinks, but that oogling is not respectful. A girl in her 20s or 25, 30s, 50 years back would also feel bad, and today also she will feel bad. So treating people with respect, treating people with love, treating people with care had the same meaning back in 50,
Hmm.
like 100 years back, and even today.
सेंटी कर
So
दिया यार. Yeah. That
sorry
is so
for that.
true. Matlab, nahin, that's great. See, yeah, that's what we have to do, right? Like I always believe ki if you have values, you will be valuable to somebody, anybody, everybody. So what are your values, right? Identify yourself. For me, like transparency and authenticity, like there are some non-negotiable values that I also tell my children that they should be having, like whatever their values are, right? So if you have values, if people recognize you as a person of values, they will give you value. So great points.
Yes, and fine. It's just last point, ma'am.
Yeah,
See, like the people like Sushant, or I think there was a brilliant scientist called Nikola Tesla. The more they chased science, the more they were near to unravel reality in life. The
yeah,
more they became close to God. You know,
yeah,
Nikola Tesla went crazy. Like, you know, he felt like this is insane. This is not even science. I mean, how do I get
yeah,
my head around it? So
yeah.
that's how he flew down. I think he flew down, or he was already there in Chicago. He went and met Swami Vivekananda,
Okay.
and he explained him to like what his findings are, and it is told like Vivekananda was able to pacify him that, you know, you this is how the things are, or the nature of
Wow.
existence, and this is somehow not highlighted. I had read it some time back. So that's what Sushant also, you see, the more he chased science and scientific theories, he was more close to God.
Yeah.
So this is how I feel, ma'am. I think when I told like you have to protect your kids against the predators of all kind. So one way you can divert their attention is to talk through them, make them thinking creatures. In the meantime, if you can make them chant,
Yeah.
that will have immense impact. I thought this is just some silly idea where people chanting something will make a difference. What difference? It doesn't make any difference, but it does make difference. And all yogis, sannyasi, they'll do that mala job, or they nowadays digital job.
Yeah.
The name has lot of impact. So if
Yeah.
you are asking, like in the last session, I told ma'am, if you can ask your kids to sit down and chant or
Yeah.
meditate for 5 minutes, do ask them to chant also. Whatever deity you follow, it can be any
Yeah.
deity of your choice. But
See,
do a
that is a
sadhana.
lower form of japa is like an older lower form of meditation, right? Like, matlab, if you just at least start with chanting. Basically, that's what I tell my
Yeah,
children. And
it can be
yeah,
combination of both, ma'am. But the basic idea is after finishing all your job, you sit down for your puja or sadhana. Immediately, you can't go into meditation because you're disturbed with all those things. With jap,
yeah,
your mind calms down, and then you
yeah.
go into deep meditation. That is the idea, basically.
The
And
vibrations in the body are meant to do that, right? Like the voices that you are uttering and everything. Yeah, it's all scientific uh,
right, and
reasons
that's
behind it.
how we have Vedic schools, ma'am. It's all disappeared. We have become modern, and we have nothing wrong with convent schools. We need knowledge, but what about our ancient knowledge? It's not backward knowledge.
Yeah.
It was very scientifically proven, and that's how when you visit Mayapur in West Bengal, ISKCON location, you'll see a lot of German kids there,
Oh
and
God.
it's so, I mean, it's unimaginable. We are into like getting westernized, and westerners are following us. So are we completing the circle? What's exactly
I
going on?
know, I know. Mayapur. Oh, ISKCON. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, West Bengal. Yeah, I mean, there's a Vedic school where a lot of you can search on YouTube and you'll find many.
Holy shit. Oh, wow.
So yeah, and all starts with parents, ma'am. I think whatever change you want to see in your kids, I urge parents to follow the same, because then your kids will do exactly how you want, effortlessly.
Wow. So Mayapur is going to take you out of Maya, but that's a interesting name. Uh, Thank you, yeah, Rocky. I learned so much. Matlab, just first of all, justice for SSR, Sumanji. Thank you, and Vasudha. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, even here, right, the intersection of all of us here, or any other platform, or wherever we meet new people, strangers, people that we know, and everything. These are all by design and by intention, and they have a meaning to it. And if we just understand and just give each other value and respect, everybody is trying their best and nobody's out there to get anybody else, and like no hidden agenda. Matlab, just hope everybody understands that. Jai Shri Ram, Sumanji, thank you. And Preeti, any closing comments? Anything else, Rocky?
Yeah, for me, I
Yeah.
I can only suggest one thing to that, nowadays every parent give lot of money to education, lot of money for private schools. I mean, we as a parent, you should start picking up or take a action, or take a what you said, take a stand on in
Yes.
school PTA meetings, that there should be a place apart from education. There should be a place where kids should learn how to keep the environment clean nearby, so that they can pick up the trash, they can keep the environment clean, they can do plantings in summer. If they have some extracurriculum activities, their extracurriculum activity doesn't mean they have to dance and they have to do drama. They have to do plantings also. I mean, there should be a place in school where there should be a particular hours in a year should complete in a old age homes or hospitals, where kids can go and see those where people and learn the value of life. So I mean, people who are giving so much money in private schools, start making a stand on these kind of activities should include in schools, not only doing a dancing or a drama or whatever they do in extracurriculum, and people charge so much money. So we should start doing that, because if we talk about Western culture is not about being nude or being a half slit place, or being being on the bed all the time. It's Western culture also teach kids to pick up the trash from local places and local roads and keep the environment clean. Western culture also teaches kids to go to the hospitals and do some extra activities and extra hours of volunteer work and giving back to community. So if we want to learn about Western and be a Western, we have to learn the other side of the coin as well, not only clothings and a bed. So please start learning the Western culture. And if you really want to be
नकल में भी यार, वो हिंदी में नकल में भी अकल.
हाँ, सो वेस्टर्न के बहुत से मायने हैं. वेस्टर्न को सिर्फ और सिर्फ कपड़ों से ना तोले. स्टार्ट लर्निंग दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स एज वेल, बिकॉज वेस्टर्न कल्चर ये सब चीजें भी करता है जो हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, और हम इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं एजुकेशन में. तो अगर हम एजुकेशन में पैसा दे रहे हैं, तो हमारा स्टैंड स्कूल को सुनना पड़ेगा. और हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे वॉलेंटियर वर्क करें साल में, हमारे बच्चे कचरा भी उठाएं, ताकि वो भले ही वो मर्सिडीज के बच्चे हों या साइकिल के बच्चे हों, उन्हें पता होना चाहिए कि हर महीने में एक बार ये क्लास होती है जहाँ दे हैव टू कीप द area of a school nearby clean. So they
Yeah.
have to pick up trash. That is the way we can bring all the society in one line. There is no bursaries, there is no cycle, there is no other things. Everybody in a same line picking up trash.
My
So
God.
we have to bring this kind of people back, these kind of activities, so that kids can learn what it is and they all be in the same line.
That's
Not
amazing, Vasudha. Yeah.
up and down with their money and their grades.
That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Community
Great
service,
points.
I was also talking about, I think brilliantly said by Prithvi also. She has paraphrased it, but it's the same thing where, we have to think about ki, kya kar rahe hain, where are we heading exactly. Couple of points, ma'am, and then I think you can end the session. So first thing is, like Judy ma'am, when she told, I think Vasudha ma'am or Judy ma'am told that, talk to kids when you are driving through,
Yeah.
when he or she is on the seat nearby or next to you.
Yeah.
So there could be an instance, I'm not saying it is, but there could be an instance when that time as well, the kid is not responding you back or not talking to you nicely.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous sign you have to look out for. That's a dangerous sign. That's a sign you should immediately halt all your important meetings, office colleagues, whatever you are doing. Immediately start paying attention, because there's something going wrong with you where your teenager is not talking to you.
If you are paying attention closely, like at least reaching out to them at least once a day or something, hopefully, Rocky, that time won't come when.
No, correct.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm saying like if it comes at all,
Yeah,
I wish it will. It should not. I pray it should not. I wish them well. I
Yeah.
wish all
No, but that's a
children of
great
upcoming
point.
generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing more, ma'am. There could be a situation. I mean, in kids also, they get sad pretty easily. They get, when the things are not the way they wish. It's like they get pretty sad. So in that scenario, ma'am, I think for adults also, depression also. I have heard this from people. I'm not sure. I've not verified it. I have not come across people who have given first-hand information. But ma'am, for people who are suffering with depression or low, or who are lost in life, I think in US, across US, ma'am, there are a lot of ISKCON temples on a regular basis. They do kirtana with all those instruments. So
Yeah.
the reason I think those instruments create vibrations when you sit along and chant,
Yeah.
it kinds of brings up your energy. And you know how they, if you have been into a kirtana, how they do it, ma'am, they'll how do I say it? They'll mellow down, they tune down the momentum, and then again they'll
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
make it fast. So
Yeah.
it's like a
It's all by
wave.
design. Yeah.
Yes, wave kind of a thing going
Mm.
on. I personally feel it has an impact in your mind also,
Yeah.
because it's not monotonous.
Yeah.
You are settled down in a, so say for example you are in
It's
depressed
almost
mood.
like trance. It's almost like trance. Yeah. It
Has-
induces trance. Yeah.
yes, at after some time. But you know
Yeah.
how I see it, ma'am. You see, say a depressed person has a monotonous thoughts. He is totally lost,
Yeah.
and there's no up and down. For normal person like you or me, we have sometimes in the day also we get elated for some stupid
Yeah.
reason, and
Yeah.
sometimes we get sad. Oh, this didn't happen. Okay, that's fine. That's I mean, we'll get over it, or we'll do something else. So we're emotionally, we're up and down the day. That happens for the months also, for the year also, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the larger picture, but on that, I'm asking, I'm saying about that particular moment when you are sitting in the kirtan, they break that monotonous,
Yeah.
continuous rhythm. They move
Yeah.
continuously, then move up and down, first
The
slowly, then
reason why that is done is because to bring you back into the moment, basically, because monotonous ho jata hai, to as you said, our thoughts will go away from whatever the current situation is and somewhere else. So
yes, ma'am.
to
And metaphorically, if I say, if you are pushing a very heavy block, then
yeah.
you release it and then you push it. If you push
Yeah.
continuously, it doesn't happen like that. So if you
Yeah.
release it and then you push it, then you create the momentum and finally you're able to push it through the way
Yeah.
you want it. So that's how,
Yeah.
I mean, Kirtan effect has a similar effect, where I think at the end of the Kirtan, the person will be pulled out from the negative thoughts, and you will totally lose your positive, be it positive or negative thoughts completely. So please guys, visit sometime, if you have time, please visit with your kids, whoever are parents or whoever are single. Please visit once a week or once a month. You will feel the change in yourself, and also do
Yeah.
community service. That will also make a
Yeah.
change in your life as well. So thank you, ma'am. I think it was like one of a session I truly loved,
Thank you.
and I wish this would continue. And for example, I said the last session had some other flavor, and this one had some other. So you also, ma'am, break.
Navras
Yeah,
Navras है ना यार life में, तो we will no, I'm
correct,
just
correct,
joking.
ma'am. And that's how we break the momentum. Also, keep
Yeah.
coming up with something new. And there's so many thoughts today came to my mind. Wouldn't have thought
Wow.
otherwise. So really,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Thank
We'll
you. Thank
catch
you
you
for all
again.
the gyan. Amazing that a 30-year-old can like whip up something like this philosophy, modern man, and not angry so more. No, not so much
No,
anymore, I guess.
I planted it like a crazy
Ah,
guy, and I'm
and
thankful you've fallen for it.
and okay, then I think I will have to talk to your family about it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
No, okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I just want to end with this video of Sushant's. Vasudha ji, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, obviously, uh, awards will definitely keep them motivated, but I think there is something more motivating them from the inside, that they are able to do so much. So thank you so much for all their service and you motivating them. That's amazing. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And let's watch this and conclude. Never forget why we are here in the first place.
We